Over the past 12 months, we've sent 1.23 million cold emails out to the world. Here's our top lessons to writing cold emails that bring in amazing leads and customers for you. I'm a huge fan of both Alex Hormozi and Charlie Munger. And one of the things that Alex Hormozi has been talking about a lot, which obviously comes as an extension from Charlie Munger, is the idea of inversion thinking, which is to think about if we want a particular result, why don't we think through the opposite side of how we can not get that result? I'm going to take you through the framework because I think it's actually a super useful framework in terms of thinking about cold emails. The way that I approach it is, well, we want successful cold emails that people love reading and that gets us leads and phone calls and sales. What is the opposite? Or how would we write cold emails that people hate getting, that is super spammy, and that is going to destroy your company's reputation? Let's go into how I would create the worst cold email sequence in the history of emails and destroy your company. First and foremost, number one thing I would do is disregard any personalization, whatever, because people obviously love getting emails where it starts with "Dear Sir, Madam," like obviously going to be a top seller for sure, right? I'd start there. I'd start by not doing any research about anyone that you're sending emails to and just going straight into big numbers, right? The more, the better. The flip side of that is when we send emails for our clients and when we get them open rates of 70 or 80% and reply rates of 30 or 40%, we super personalize, right? The inversion of non-personalized and not even having a name is to super personalize. To really understand who these people are, we look at their roles in their companies, we look at what the companies are, we look at the size of the companies, what they're trying to do, we think about what challenges they've got, and really go so deep into personalizing that we even look at their books they've written, podcasts they've done, blog posts they publish, and really just get a solid understanding of who it is so we can reference that in the emails themselves. So one, no personalization whatsoever. Two, I'll write the emails, if I wanted to do a really bad email, as a massive pitch fest. I'll just go in and smash out our entire offering, all of our different price points, and just throw that into an email sequence. Like, for sure that's gonna sell. Not, what's the inversion of that? The inversion and the way that I think about cold emails is, it's a way to start a relationship and it's a way to disqualify the wrong people as much as it is to qualify the right people. So when I write cold email sequences for our clients, when we send them out and get these amazing results, I'm not even thinking, hey, what are we selling? I'm thinking, what do we need to do to get the first relationship to even lead into the sales conversation? Again, inversion thinking, I'm gonna pitch the crap out of our services, even though I have no idea if this is relevant or right for the person. The inversion of that is to give them an opportunity to raise their hand or to lower their hand and say, yes, this is right for me, or no, this isn't right for me at all. Now, this kind of leads us onto the third point, right? The third way that I'd write a really crap cold email sequence that destroys my company's reputation is by making it all about us. Because who doesn't want to talk about yourself all day, right? When we write cold emails the right way, we think about the value that our clients are going to give to their clients. So we don't talk about our branding, our amazing 500-year history, or any of that kind of stuff. We really just focus on how we're going to give value to the person reading the email. It literally is all about them. The fourth thing I would do if I was to write a super crappy, super bad, low performing cold email sequence is I would make it dry and bland. I would make it like they're reading a university textbook. I would make it feel like they're reading a mathematics or an engineering book. Not to say mathematics and engineering is boring, in case there's any mathematicians and engineers out there, don't mean to offend. I'll really make it as bland as possible with zero personality and make it sound like it was written straight from, I don't know, a really badly put together AI bot. I have no personality, no jokes, no humor, no tonality in there, no variation in terms of what we're saying. I'll just put it through as a massive long essay. Now, the flip side of that is a lot of the emails that we write for ourselves, we really push the humor, like almost to the point where we've got banter with the people we're sending them to. Your organization or your sales team may not be that extreme, and hey, if that's the case, I completely get it. We work with corporate clients as well. They can't push the humor and personality as much as we can, but you can still put some personality into it. You can still write as if you're a human marketing to other humans. And that is a way to really get easy cut through, because everybody else are writing these emails with zero personality or humanity behind their emails. The final point that I would look at, or the final thing I would do if I was writing a really, really bad cold email sequence, is to make every email the same, right? I would put a massive email chain with RE ... on every single email. I wouldn't verify the message. I go and say, hey, did you get my last email? Or hey, just following up, or hey, about my last email. That would be the best way to get people annoyed at you. Because chances are, if they haven't read the first email, or they ignore the first email, or the messaging wasn't right, there's nothing they're gonna love more than getting you constantly annoying them to read the email that they didn't want to get in the first place. That is how I do an email follow-up sequence that really annoys people and destroys your reputation. The flip side of that is I would write a follow-up sequence to the first email that has different angles in there, that has different messaging in there, that has different value propositions and more personalization and other forms of value that you can offer, whether it's going between phone call and ebook or case study, whatever it is. I try and vary it up, but always giving them the ability to say, no, this actually isn't relevant. I'd rather not get these emails. Which kind of leads us to a bonus point, which is just spamming people without giving them a way to opt out. Depending on which country you're in, that's actually against the law, right? There's a lot of countries out there, for example, Canada and Germany, who are super strict on cold emails anyway, so you shouldn't really be sending cold emails in those countries. But even countries like Australia, US, UK, and most other English-speaking countries, you can send cold emails only to companies and only if you give them an easy way to opt out if it's not relevant for them. If I were to look at destroying your email server or your email domain, I would just blast millions of emails out, not give people a way to opt in, not stop sending them emails if they ask us to, and just keep spamming everybody. That's how I destroy our email server and our domain and our reputation. So do the opposite of that. Hopefully these have all made sense. When you're writing your emails, I'm gonna stop inversion thinking and go through what actually works in terms of getting great replies and great opens. And what works is offering value, right? Talking about them and how we can help them and the value we can give to their company or their team. What works is having social proof, where we show other companies or individuals that look like the person we're trying to reach out to and telling them about what we did for these other people, right? Not ourselves, but for our clients. Social proof. I put my own spin and my humor and my personality in there. For me personally, when I send cold emails out to the market, I put a lot of dad jokes in there because that's who I am and I love a good dad joke. So I include them in my email because I also include it in my sales process and it is my personality. As a kicker, I also do two things. If I can include a reason why I'm reaching out, i.e. are there regulations coming up in the industry they've got to be aware of? Are there changes in the market or the economy that would affect their company? Is there any other reason why they have to read your message or your message is important? That's a supercharger to emails and that will get you more opens and more replies. And the fifth thing is figuring out the right offer or an offer that your market really, really cares about. And this is something we've seen in terms of how we approach our own lead generation, because rather than going wide market and going, hey, I've got a case study or social proof, which already is quite good, we now go super specific about the use case and the pain that some of our clients were feeling and use that as the offer and the social proof at the same time. So the first three, value, social proof, and humor, are absolutely essential if you can fit them in. By the way, humor equals personality. It doesn't have to be jokes, just being personal. So, last two, which is triggers and also the right offer, those are superchargers that will make your emails even more effective. If you're looking to do cold emails, if you're looking at how do we get some amazing leads coming through that turn into high value clients, I've actually got a resource to help you out. We've put together one of our best performing email sequences into a template. Just to give you some context, this email sequence was sent to CEOs and board members and C-level executives at some of the biggest companies in the world, and it got a 76% open rate and 42% reply rate. We've packed it up into a template for you that you can download so you can go and see what a good email sequence actually looks like. But as you're going through that, go back and rewatch this video, go through the inversion thinking and think, if I wanted to annoy a bunch of people and never make a single sale, how would I write the emails? And then come back and watch the bit where we talk about the value and how to actually craft an amazing performing email sequence that your market would actually really like to receive. The resource down below, I'll catch you on the resource section.